This is Big Al. Discovered in 1991 in the Morrison Formation of Wyoming, the remains of this subadult Allosaurus fragilis are 95% complete, and his fossilized bones are noteworthy for how many of them were damaged. 19 of Big Al's bones had broken during his life, and these hadn't ended him, due to the fact that the bones showed signs of healing. It's clear that Big Al lived a difficult and trying life. And today, I'd like to peer into a brief period of that life. Let's spend a few days in the shoes of the world's most unlucky Allosaurus. Yesterday, Al suffered a bad fall. Traveling with a pack of half-dozen peers, he slipped on loose sediment and his 2-ton body fell down a cliff, breaking at least one rib and 2 metatarsals, which is to say, foot bones. And when your body is as large as his is, a fracture like this can be fatal, and in fact it will be, in time. For now, Al wants to try and find his way home, so he sets out on a path to get around the cliffs he fell from. Some might be surprised to see Al in a modern representation without any feathers, but the truth is, he wouldn't have had any. While many theropods we previously depicted as lizard-skinned were in fact feathered, this does not extend to all dinosaurs of this type. Allosaurus, despite the superficial resemblance, was from a completely different line of species as Tyrannosaurus and her relatives. Allosaurus actually was the giant scaly monster we always imagined dinosaurs to be. Dryosaurus. Relatively small ornithopods. These were iguanodonts, which were in many ways the prototype of later hadrosaurs, the large grazers of later eras. These animals find strength in numbers, using many eyes to keep watch for predators. Ordinarily, this would have been highly effective, as Al isn't a particularly skilled predator at his young age. The Dryosaurus have heard him coming, but one is old and sick, and Al manages to take it down. It's a small kill, but it will save him for now. Allosaurus, unlike the later and larger Tyrannosaurus, had smaller razor-like teeth that it would use to tear and slash at its prey, and Al is employing this now to get the most out of his food. It takes a good time to properly clean the carcass of all the meat he can use, and by the time he's finished, it's time to tuck in for the night. The next morning brings a rumbling to the mighty Allosaurus' stomach. The Dryosaurus was too small to give all the energy needed to Al's massive body. He needs something else to eat, and soon. He changes his mind on regrouping with his family, and decides instead to head for their eventual goal, a plentiful watering hole he hasn't seen since his childhood. Stegosaurus. We know for a fact that these two fought one another. An Allosaurus specimen in Wyoming was found to have been brought down by a Stegosaurus tail strike delivered directly to its pubic bones. Al himself has never fought one, though he remembers watching his parents take one down when he was a juvenile. He tries to remember that now as he moves in to attack. The fight has not gone well. The Stegosaurus's powerful tail has delivered a number of critical blows, and Al is now badly wounded. He retreats from battle, unable to get a meal out of this encounter, and hides in the dense trees to lick his wounds. Sauropods like these were another popular prey of Allosaurus. It's been theorized that they would be able to grab the massive animal's neck, essentially hugging it, while taking chunks out of its body with their razor-sharp teeth. This was something else Al had observed his parents doing when he was young, and had even achieved it once himself, but not right now. He is weak, tired, and wounded. One precise strike from the tail of these massive creatures, and he would be put down for good. He looks on with longing before continuing on his way. Several months pass. Al has grown emaciated from being unable to hunt down and kill his prey, sated only by the occasional scavenged carcass. Slowed by the results of his misfortunes, it takes some time for Al to finally make his way back to the watering hole of his childhood. However, something isn't right. Over time, a severe drought has turned this place into a hellscape. The trees were gradually stripped bare by herbivores, while the watering hole reduced in size as it evaporated. Eventually, the larger herbivores could no longer make the trip between water and vegetation, growing weak and becoming easy prey for the carnivores. Now, all that is left are the few brave or helpless herbivores that hide from the dominating large carnivores. Allosaurus is one of these carnivores, and Al has once again found himself in the fight of his life. It feels like a hollow victory. Though he now has food, there is nothing else here for Al. His family is gone, as is all of the potential food. He cannot survive here, and he won't. In the coming days, Al's broken foot becomes so bad that he can no longer walk, and he lays down to accept his fate. He would remain here for 100 million years, until we found him. We picked up his poor, shattered bones, put them all in order, and propped him up for the world to see. Behold the mighty Allosaurus, who lives on despite his bad luck in the Jurassic era. If you like this video, please give it a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications. If you want to support me further, consider becoming a member or a patron, or checking out my merch or my Amazon links. Thank you, and I will see you over the curve, Space Cowboys.
In a vast cosmic arena. Our imagined self-importance, the delusion that we have some